Dear man, eat right. I believe that there are three major physical needs of men. Number one, food. Number two, care. Number three, sex. Of these three physical needs, food is at the top. You may not agree with me, but think about it. Without food, you will be too weak to care for your body and too weak to have sex. So food comes at the top. And you have to prioritize this food discussion. So let's talk about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So brothers, breakfast is not a banquet. You see, breakfast is breaking a fast, as in break fast. So you are breaking a fast. So between your last meal of the previous day and your first meal today, let's assume you have that breakfast at 7 a.m. Now, there are those that are guilty of it. That is even if you eat breakfast at all, because most men don't eat breakfast. But between that last meal of the previous day and the current meal of today, the first meal of today, there are usually 8 to 10 hours of fasting, at least. Now, that fast needs to be broken. And that is why your first meal of the day needs to be light. 2 slices of bread, cereals, something light, just to break that fast. And please treat breakfast the way you would treat what you eat after fasting on a normal day. You get what I mean? So that is what breakfast is, what you eat when you are breaking your night fast. Lunch is your heaviest meal of the day, and it is an opportunity to refuel yourself, after some time of walking. And this lunch, even though it is heavy, does not have to be eaten in one sitting. So what you can do is to break a heavy meal. It could be a Mount Everest on your plate, but break it into 2 or 3 portions and eat it over 3 to 5 hours. So for example, you are taking your first portion of lunch sometime between 12 and 1, and then maybe the second portion sometime between 2 and 3, and the last portion, if there is a third portion, sometime between 4 and 5 p.m. That way, you will have been able to spread your lunch, out over 4 to 5 hours, and then you won't be weighed down. If you eat your lunch once, a Mount Everest on your plate, once, your day has ended, literally, because you will be weighed down, you'll be heavy, you'll be tired, you'll become sleepy. I mean, I get to see that a lot in the offices where you see people when they return from lunch and then they just doze off from their seats. Why? Because they had a heavy lunch. So break your lunch into bits and then eat them over 4 to 5 hours. And also, speaking about lunch, stuff all your carbohydrates into your lunch. And if you can become like some older men who have developed this good habit of eating lighter, healthier stuff for lunch, for example, fish and vegetables, roasted plantain and vegetables, that helps a lot because it helps to stay light and still have something that will fill your stomach, and keep you till it's time to have dinner. So gentlemen, dinner is your end game for the day. Please note that dinner is not a reward for all the hard work that you have done for the entire day. Because many of us treat dinner as that reward, like I've worked hard today and my dinner, I must have that reward. No, dinner is not a reward for the day's hard work. It's just the last meal you get to eat, after a full day. Don't trouble yourself with constipation and indigestion and heartburn just because you're trying to catch up, on all that you couldn't eat earlier in the day. Please, dinner should be light. A light snack will do for dinner, something that can hold you for the night. And a parfait, will also be a very perfect one for dinner. Vegetables, proteins, and if you like, cake. Yeah, can do. Cake. Some people like to take ice cream for dinner. Well, I don't know. But I think, just something light to hold you for the night while you fast. Remember, break fast.